curriculum. What was that? Oh, sorry. So I'm back now, and we are doing Unit 2, Lab 2, page 1, making lists on the BJC curriculum for the AP Computer Science. So this is more an intro to list. We did do a little bit of lists in the last lab, but this is more creating our own list a little bit differently because the costumes was already built in for us. So you want to use the starter project because they give us sprites already there. These are going to be our buttons. The shopping list, they already kind of initialized it, but they don't show you any of the code. So I always like to show how that shopping list got initialized. You have to grab an empty list and delete out that first spot. So when you click it, it'll literally just do the same thing. But this is one step that my students always forget. So I just want to kind of hone it in that if you're making a list, you have to do this step. So I'm going to just do like when the space bar is pressed, initialize that list. But you don't want to do this unless you're resetting the list. So I might not even do that because I tend to hit the space bar sometimes. So I might just leave this off to the side. Basically, what we want to happen is when you click this button, you're going to ask, what item would you like to add? And literally, you just add their answer. Oops. To, and this always indicates you need a list. So our list is the variable shopping list. Now, if I can add an apple, I can do it again and add apple again. You could check if the word you're adding is already in the list. And so what we could do is do an if else. And this is not part of the lab. This is something extra I sometimes, I have my students do. You can check if the list contains, the answer. Duplicate these, don't grab them. Then you can ask, you can say that item, oh my gosh, forgot my phone's connected. Item is already in the list. Would you like to add something else? If it's not already in the list, just do that add. Now, we're saying, would you like to add something else? So they could say yes or no. This, I'm not going to go, this could, when there's a lot of different ways you could kind of, that's not what I wanted to go in that if. Whoops. So I'm not probably going to fix something that could happen. So if their answer equals yes, then we got to ask again. So I'm going to just duplicate that one block. Now, we could keep this in a repeat until they say something that's not in the list. I'm not going to do all that. I'm just going to, whatever they say next, it's going to go in the list. If they don't want to add anything else in our else, we could just say, no problem. Nothing was added. Okay, so now I'm going to add apple again. That item is already in the list. Would you like to add something else? I say yes. What item would you like to add? Now, if I say apple again, it's going to still be in there. We could put it like a repeat until kind of around this, but I'm not going to do all that. But it would be great, great idea if you wanted to kind of figure out how you could get it to only let you add things that weren't on the list. All right, clear. Clear is pretty simple. So when I'm clicked, I don't just automatically clear it. If you think about programs online, anything that you're going to delete, it always asks for confirmation. So we're going to say, are you sure you want to clear the list? and we're just going to assume they're going to say yes or no. I always like to say something if they say no, just to verify to them that nothing was cleared. So we will say if answer equals yes. Again, like if you want to make sure that they say yes or no. And you can always put these type of things in a repeat until. Like you could repeat until answer equals yes or answer equals no, and make sure that they say one or the other. That if you did that, you would do a repeat until. Again, this is extra. This is not part of the lab. But these are always like good little things to learn, especially since you have to make a program on your own. And it's just something you could add. Okay, repeat until answer equals no. And we would just literally just keep asking this question. We could just say, please write yes or no. So we'll ask this. If they don't say yes or no, then we're just going to keep saying, please say yes or no. If they say yes, there's two ways you could do it. We can delete everything from the list, or you could do this, set shopping list to an empty list. I'm going to leave it like that. And then in our else, I'll just say list was not cleared. Oh, I can't spell. All right. And like always, we like to test. Clear list. Are you sure you want to clear? Let me say something that's like, I'm going to say nope. Please write yes or no. Yes. Deletes the list. And then you can always say like list was cleared. So they know for sure it was cleared. If you notice though, when I do this one, it kind of, the bubbles kind of behind the button, that can get, it's not a big deal for this one, but sometimes that becomes a problem. You can't actually read what the speech bubble says. All you need to do is just go to front layer. And when you click it now, it'll be in front. So just know that is an option. And then the delete. Now Snap has made the delete. I used to make this used to be a really hard one. They've made it really easy to delete things from a list now. You don't even have to know. You don't have to search for the index of where something is. You can literally just delete it. So we'll say, what would you like to delete? So normally in programming languages, like let me just add a couple things. Apple, soda, water. Okay. Normally, if I say delete and I type in water, or water, however you say it, you have to program it to know, okay, I got to figure out where that is in the list. Well, Snap kind of does that for you on the back end. So it makes it really easy to delete things. If you have to delete something from a list, normally you would have to use this index of. So you would do like index of answer in list. So if I wanted to find soda, it would look for soda, find that it's index 2, and then we would put this here. We don't have to do that. We can literally just say that. Now, if you have soda twice in the list, well, we shouldn't, because when we did the add item, I don't really let you. But, well, I do actually. You could actually add it twice. But you could keep deleting it until like the list does not contain. You could put a not around this and just say, repeat until list does not contain the answer, and just keep deleting. So I can show that in a second. But what item would you like to delete? Delete answer of item. So maybe I'm trying to think. I wanted to say, I'm going to do a, are you sure you want to delete? Are you you sure you want to delete? Now the issue is, I don't know if they put in the number 2 or if they wrote in the word. You could be looking specifically for something. You could say, what would you like to delete? Indicate item number. You could make sure that they type in a number. But in this case, I don't know what they typed in. So let's see. Maybe I just won't say. Trying to see. Oh, here we go. We could do this. If answer is a number, meaning they typed in like the number 2, then I can, wait, I'm going to do this here. Are you sure you want to delete? This is, again, I'm doing a lot of extra stuff because I think this lab was really short and could have had a lot more to it. Are you sure you want to delete? And then, since it's a number, I am going to we're going to say what the item is. And so say this. Oh, wait. No, I need to ask. I'm not to say. Are you sure you want to delete the blah, blah, blah? Else. Are you sure you want to delete? And then we can just say answer. Because if they said soda, we can just say, are you sure you want to delete soda? And then after that, that's when we can check if answer equals yes. Oh, I step ahead of myself. Okay, if answer equals yes, then we will just delete answer of shopping list. Else, say your item was not deleted. Okay, so let's delete. We will say, oh, I should have done go to front layer. Okay, so how would I type in a number? I'll say number 2. Are you sure you want to delete soda? I'll say no, just so I still have it in the list. Your item is not deleted. We'll do it again. This time I'll type soda. Are you sure you want to delete soda? Say yes. Ooh. Oh, I'm glad I tested it. I made a mistake, a rookie mistake. We need to save this item. If you check, the last answer I got was yes. Well, I told it to delete soda, but then it asked, are you sure you want to delete soda? And it overwrote that it knew, it overwrote the item I wanted to delete. So this is a very good lesson here that we need to save our answer to item, and instead of deleting answer, we have to delete item. So let's try this again. I'll say soda. Are you sure you want to delete soda? Yes. There we go. All right. So, see, teachers make mistakes too. That's why it's always good to test your work. Okay, so those are the 3 things. This is 1 page long. That's it. It's literally, I did a lot of extra stuff. So, but just know that the AP exam looks slightly different. Some of their blocks do not say delete, they say remove. Anytime we're adding like a number in or the variable, they would have parentheses around it. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, and we didn't use insert. Insert would put it at that index. So in Snap, the indexing starts at 1. In real programming languages, it starts at 0. Don't know why. This AP exam starts at 1. So if I wanted to insert, if I added another, let me just add a cake, and I used insert. I'll just do, I don't even like soda. I don't know why I'm doing it, but we'll insert it at number 2. This shifts everything down. It doesn't override. It just shifts everything. Okay, so just know that that's what insert does. Add keeps adding it to the end of the list, and then delete will remove that item, and then everything shifts down. All right, hopefully this video makes sense, and I hope you have a nice day.